Carloads of files, laptops, and hard drives. Only Keeper has video of this potential evidence being hauled away in a case of suspected theft within the Franklin County Public Works Department. Authorities tell Action News 9 county workers are on paid leave while the state attorney general's office conducts its investigation. But only one worker has been arrested, Dennis Houston. He's the 64-year-old director of accounting and administration. Just 4 months ago, he was honored with the Washington Professional Finance Officer Award.
The information that prompted us to contact the state officials and ask them to come in and do a thorough independent investigation, that information came out of Mr. Beaton's efforts and out of his office.
In a news conference, Franklin County commissioners explained this began as a typical audit, and it quickly became much more as discrepancies were found.
Beyond that, I can tell you that the Franklin County Auditor's Office will continue to work with the Board of Commissioners to further improve our internal controls.
Pasco police say he is now being held for theft, money laundering, and possession of controlled substances. I learned not only are police executing search warrants on Houston's office, but at his home as well. Commissioner Brad Peck says the theft was just uncovered in the last few weeks. It's still unclear how much taxpayer money may have been stolen, but the commissioner told me it is entirely possible the theft has gone on for years.
This is going to likely be a lengthy investigation. I would not expect this to be complete in days or even weeks. More likely this will stretch into months. These type of cases do require some time, and we want to make sure that we get it right.
County officials made it clear the remaining employees on leave are not yet facing any charges. We're told they are cooperating in the investigation. Page after page of court documents show a pattern for Dennis Houston: theft and drug addiction dating back to the early 80s. While living in Billings, Montana, he served as the regional finance officer for the Bureau of Reclamation. It was there the FBI began to investigate and charged him with 3 counts of theft over a 7-month span for a total of more than $140,000. He was ultimately sentenced to 4 years behind bars and ordered to pay back more than $100,000 of what he stole. And the documents paint a bleak picture of the impact this had on Houston and his family. Attorneys say his wife and their 2 children had to sell off many of their possessions just to get by. They lost their house, and his wife filed for food stamps. Letters attesting to his character, though, insisted Houston's mistake was a once-in-a-lifetime occurrence and placed blame squarely on his drug addiction. He also completed inpatient treatment for substance abuse. One co-worker said Houston has punished himself 1,000 times over for what he's done. A friend felt the theft was completely out of character, and yet another said his actions under the influence were totally opposed to his true value system. Despite the pleas for leniency, though, the court stood by its sentence. A short time after his release from prison, Houston was hired in Franklin County. We're told he did not undergo a background check. So far, there's no indication when the thefts here may have started, but authorities believe it took place for years before ever being discovered.
These type of cases do require some time, and we want to make sure that we get it right.
Pasco police seized dozens of computers, files, and hard drives and say Houston has already admitted to the theft, claiming he was still fueling a drug habit. We also learned he is still married to the same woman from before his arrest in Montana, and while he was freed to return to their home on Monday, authorities say they are still building their case and charges will be coming. Back in 1986, colleagues said jail time would break Houston's spirit, but the court could be even less forgiving this time around.